Merry Meet, Annie here. I'm going to do a thing, and I have a personal invitation for you to do the thing with me, if you'd like to. The thing is I'm naming Community Vlogmas 2019 because I couldn't think of a better name, so that's what I'm sticking with. I have done standard Vlogmas a couple times, a handful of times since I've been on YouTube. And for those of you who don't know, Vlogmas is over the month of December, posting a vlog a day about, well, your life. I thought about doing it again this year, and I just don't feel like having the camera present in my day-to-day life. So I just didn't feel like I quite wanted to do it. So I thought, okay, no Vlogmas for me this year. Although I like watching other people's Vlogmas, by the way. And then a couple of things were happening. You know how things come together at some point? Folks have enjoyed my daily seasonal posts, and they're commenting and sharing their own thoughts on them. And many have reached out to me to let me know that it's giving them a sense of community, of being in conversation with others and belonging to something, which is something I think is common amongst a great percentage of us, this wanting to be part of a greater community of sharing. Not just a matter of watching videos on topics, but engaging in a conversation about them. So I had that there's a certain communal aspect to these seasonal daily posts I'm doing, which, well, I don't know if I planned it that way, but I love that it's happening. And then there were folks in the Seeker and Dedicant programs that I'm teaching. We've established our own community in a private setting, and it has been rewarding for those of us who are looking for a way to be in a sense of kinship and communion with folks, something more intimate than what the more sterile environments within the cyber world sometimes provide. And several, and I mean quite a few actually, more than several folks who are in those programs said that they would like to be able to have the conversations in addition to that are more engaging and interactive conversations in a wider community setting. So I thought about all those things, and I also thought about the fact that my return to YouTube this last several months, it's almost had a different shading of meaning over why I was here before. Some of you've noticed that my videos are not so much topic like this is what a witch does kind of topics as they used to be. Not that I don't have any interest in doing them or doing them again in the future. It's just that I just felt like more of an engagement of conversation this time around. So everything adds up to something which has become Community Vlogmas 2019. And what it is 31 days of questions to answer. And I set it up specifically that the first couple of weeks, the questions are, well, they're more personal. Outside of specific practices or beliefs, they're more, don't want to say generic because some of them are easy to answer and some aren't, but they're more general type questions. And then the last 2 weeks of the month, they start getting down to asking questions about practices and beliefs. And I've chosen to use practices rather than path here because I have been very blessed on YouTube and in other cyber endeavors that I've been part of, including Seeker and Dedicant, that folks from many different spiritual, religious, and non-spiritual, religious, and such paths have been part of those communities. I think I have folks from every major religion that comment regularly on my YouTube videos. You might not be aware of it, but I know from people having shared their histories with me. And we have Seekers and Dedicants who would not name themselves pagan or witch, and certainly not Wiccan, who are gloriously engaged in those programs. So I wanted to pick something when we got to the 2 weeks of talking about what we believe and what we do that didn't limit who could engage and be part of this. So I decided to refer to it as practices along the way. So the last 2 weeks in Community Vlogmas 2019, there'll be questions about our practices, what we believe and what we do. So if you'd like to engage, you can certainly make a video yourself. All of the questions are in the text box below. They are also attached as a document to this video on my Patreon page, which is linked below, and the free public part of that page, by the way, if you'd like to download it as a document. So you can create your own video. I know the majority of people that comment on my videos don't do videos, so you can continue as your pleasure to comment in the comment sections on the video. I use that as a conversation place. And comment on each other's comments too, by the way. My YouTube makes it hard to do that, doesn't it? To go back and catch up on who said what. And to know even when someone has commented on your comment. That is why I have decided I'm going to reopen the Greystone Path Facebook group. I'm not personally very active on my personal account on Facebook at this point in my life. My endeavors online or other places, and I just only have so much time in a day I want to be on the computer. So I've not really been all that active on my personal Facebook page, except for reading what's going on with my friends and keeping track of them. The Greystone Path Facebook group has been dormant for several years at this point, 2 or 3, I think. I'm re-engaging with it. I'm going to make it open again for anyone who would like to join it. I will post my Vlogmas posts there. Others can do the same, either to comment on mine or to upload a post of their own, whether it's a vlogging they want to share, something they wrote, a video of their own. Even if you don't want videos to go out there in the big world of YouTube, maybe you'll want to do an unlisted video and share it on that page. And it's also not about just Community Vlogmas on the Greystone Path. I'd like to open that as a gathering place for all open-minded individuals, no matter their path, to share and discuss. I am a pretty tough mama when it comes to running any kind of online group. There are pretty detailed introduction post, the pinned post in that Facebook group that lets folks know what my expectations are. I'm not one of those people who tolerates rudeness in my house, and any group that I own is my house. I also realize that when folks misbehave in a public forum, they know exactly what they're doing. There's no reason to say, well, you've been warned. I just show people to the door. And I do find by being honest about that up front, very rarely have I had any problems on my groups. But I mean what I say about decorum. I don't mind differing opinions. I don't mind questioning of each other, but I expect open-minded support. Just a little disclaimer about how I run a group. I've had very few instances of having to take someone off my group, but I actually had to take someone off one of my groups that I actually loved dearly, but they just couldn't play nice in the sandbox. Groups aren't all of our things when it comes to social behaviors. So I know we're all not big fans of Facebook, but it's the only social forum I'm part of other than what I run for seekers and dedicants on Patreon and Slack and here on YouTube. So it is another way, and I'm actually hoping it grows, to tell you the truth, because I think with all the downsides of Facebook, the fact that you can share links and photos and articles, upload documents if you've blogged, share literally any kind of content that you want. To me, it's still the best place to do that kind of thing. So, you want to do my thing with me? You want to be a part of Community Vlogmas 2019? Check over the questions below and think about how you'd like to participate. If you would like to join the Facebook group, just send me on Facebook to that group a request to join, or you can contact me here and let me know your email address, and I can then invite you to the group if you're already on Facebook. There's where all this took me, my friends. 31 days of getting to know each other at the human level, and then at the level of understanding each other's practices and beliefs, to see what we have in common no matter what we might name our practice, and to understand from the differences the broader possibility of what it's like for all of us to be in community, respectful, loving, and considerate community. I wish you all mirth and reverence. Mary Part.